Hi there, everybody. Jennifer Angel here. This is my weekly report. And as usual, once I get through the planetary interactions and aspects for the week, then I'll be going through each of the sign, but I'll put the time codes there. So if you don't want to listen to everyone's, you can just go to yours, okay? All right, so let's have a look at what's happening. This is for the week of July the 31st. And this week commences with a few astral aspects on the 1st of August, all right? And so, first of all, there's a full moon in Aquarius, which means the moon, when the moon is in Aquarius for the full moon, and the sun is opposite. So the full moon is the opposite axis of the sun and the moon. The sun's opposite in Leo. So there's quite a lot going on in Leo because it's birthday time for Leo, and Venus is retrograde as well, so it's a very sort of interesting and great time for Leo. So this full moon will help you to focus attention on yourself, and more importantly on where you feel you are in life and where you feel that you want to be, okay? So once you do that little bit of work on yourself and carve out a bit of time to sort of think about that, then you can make decisions to head in that new direction. So it also highlights free thinking and independence, and because that's what the Aquarius is all about, and just taking control of your life, and as well as setting boundaries. So it's really important to set boundaries for yourself, and it's really important, first of all, you want to know what those boundaries are. Like, you know, what are the things that you really need to have in your life, and what are things that you can compromise on. And, you know, then you sort of set that boundary, because what happens when we let that boundary sort of stretch and stretch and stretch, one day you wake up and then you start to feel resentful, and you know that's not always a good thing, all right? So yeah, so that's important, and this full moon just helps us all do that. So on the very same day, August the 1st, so there's going to be a trine astral aspect between Mars and Jupiter. We love the trines. They're like an easy passage, you know, like the path of least resistance. So, but, you know, that doesn't mean to say that things are going to just fall at your feet. You know, you still have to notice when opportunities come through and put your hand up and say, hey, you know, that's for me, tailor-made for me, okay? So, but things can tend to fall into place under the vibratory influence of a trine. So but you know, as I said, first, you know, notice the opportunities that are coming your way, and like tune in to the Jupiter energy is here too, because it's between Mars and Jupiter. So the Jupiter energy is like an abundance and beneficiary energy, and you know, just a little bit of information. The energy of gratitude opens up the options of possibilities and opportunities. You want to watch for chance meetings, and you know, just be appreciative of anything that comes your way and notice it, recognize it, be thankful for it, because here's the thing: the energy of gratitude and thankfulness, when it really comes from your heart center, then that's the same energy of success. And once you get a momentum going on that, that energy like snowballs, right? It can start in one area of your life, and then it can like spill over into other areas. So, you know, just be mindful to be appreciative of you know, any sort of windfalls or cash coming your way, or somebody pays you, or you find a couple of bucks on the road, on the street. It happens. And that just helps you to stay in that energy of that gratitude, you know. So that's, you know, a good thing, an attitude of gratitude, as they say. All right, so next you want to get out of your own way because, what I mean by this is that, Mars being in Virgo likes to, it's a very highly intelligent sign. It's very much a thinking sign, a perfectionist, highly creative as well, but there can be a lot of overthinking doing there, and you can get like stuck and just caught in all that sort of mind stuff that's going on until finally that you have no bandwidth left to do anything. Okay, so in that sense, then you want to just step aside from that and just let things evolve. Don't like get into the worry. The Virgos are the warriors of the zodiac. All the earth signs are. I'm a Capricorn, so all the earth signs are, but the Virgo is sort of more so. So this is a time to get things. Notice what's coming in. Notice your thoughts. Get it down in writing. Record it so you get it out of the mind, and frees up your mind space. And that way you can sort of get out of your own way and that overthinking. And because what that does is it just sort of clogs everything up, and then it stops the momentum in your life. And the momentum, is such great once you can get that sort of momentum going, particularly as this trine is with Jupiter, and that's, you get that momentum going with Jupiter, that positive energy. It's one thing after another. Have you ever noticed that? It's like, something great happens, something else great happens, something yucky happens, something else sort of yucky happens. It's like the process of the energy. So, something really to keep in mind for this week, okay? And getting you out of your own way, once you can do that, it then opens up for you to tune in and trust your instincts more, all right? Because when you get those flashes of insight, then you want to just, trust them. Those flashes of insight, that's what they are. They're like, well, okay, grasp hold of that. Pay attention to it. Don't try to overanalyze it. Don't try to get into the how is this going to come together. Just like open up for it to come. Let it go. Easier said. I love it when people say that. It's so easy to say, sometimes not so easy to do. Okay. All right. So, you want to sort of use this Mars energy also just to put into action. Mars is like, it's an energy of action. So once you get that inspired thought, if you can then do even one thing of action, it helps to concrete it. It sort of like tells the universe that you're serious about what you want for yourself and your life. All right. Now, later on this same day, we're still on August the 1st, okay? So Mercury, which is the planet of communication, creativity, education, will interact with Saturn, okay? Now, Mercury is in Virgo, and it's very comfortable here because it's one of the signs that it rules. And as I said, Virgo is like a thinking sign, very much about planning, getting organized, making decisions. And Saturn is right opposite in Pisces. Pisces is a highly intuitive sign, and so you want to trust your instincts. There's a lot of opposite action, a lot of opposite energy happening here, because Saturn in Pisces alone is opposite energy. Pisces likes to go with the flow. Saturn likes to get everything organized and locked down and controlled, So if we can learn to do a bit of both, let go, get out of our own way so we can go with the flow, but then use the Saturn energy to make plans and put it into action, and then the Mars there helps you put it into action, because here's the thing, a thought without action is still just a thought. All right, so we are here spiritual beings in a physical body, so in that sense, the Saturn in Pisces is really good, you know, because it does bring in that spiritual essence into the physical, and, you know, helps make the plans real, makes them happen. All right, so the week is going to conclude. It looks like all the main activities happening at the start of the week. So the week's going to conclude on the Sunday at 6 with a square, which is traditionally a challenging aspect. But in this case, it's between the Sun in Leo and Jupiter in Taurus. So the Sun rules Leo. So in that sense, it's very comfortable here, and it's very powerful in this. I mean, the Sun's powerful wherever it is, really, right? But it rules Leo, so it's really very potent and powerful in this position. And as the Taurus energy is ruled by Venus, we have an energy combination of Sun, Jupiter, and Venus sort of going on here. And a square between, even though it's a square between these energies, is not so confronting. If we're talking about a square between you know, Pluto, Saturn, and Mars, you know, those three are sort of in the mix, a little more confronting. Okay, so we go, you know, we go and work with this, because it's, you know, the Jupiter always brings with it, and Venus, some, you know, beneficial aspects, right? So, and, you know, you want to just sort of think about, you know, does it feel right? And I know I probably say this every single week because it's part of the process. It's, you know, does it look right? Does it feel right? And when you're learning to pay attention to your intuition, then they're the sort of things that you're looking at, like, does it feel right? And once you get into that, you know, you then learn what that intuitiveness, that instinctful essence, you learn, you know, what that feels like. You start paying attention to it. You start paying attention to what's happening around you, what's being presented. Then it's much more easier to make decisions, you know, make the decisions at the right time for you to move forward, and you don't have that inner conflict. Hey, that's a wonderful thing. It is, really. All right, so let's go on now and have a look at each of the individual signs, of course, starting with Aries, and this is just a snapshot of each sign. All right, so Aries, a work opportunity can literally give your bank balance a boost of some unexpected cash coming your way just when you need it the most. So, you know, we love that. Just keep an open mind when it's about love. It is possible right now to attract a heart-to-heart connection, but, you know, just keep an open mind on it. Your inner soul searching can reveal your truth right now. Once again, go within. All right, you'll know it when, you know, if you're looking for love, when you meet the one, or, you know, one of the ones in this lifetime, then you know it. I always do, and I think everyone does. But, you know, that's about learning how to tune into your intuition. Okay, so Taurus, so love and romance can literally reach new heights of passion. Yay, like that. Singles, you can meet someone wonderful right now. So, you know, be open-hearted, let go of the past. That's the best way to be open-hearted, particularly as Venus is retrograde. Things from the past can come in for you to look at, and, you know, do you want to rehash it? Do you want to accept it? Do you want to heal it and let it go? Okay. So, and for couples, you can move your relationship to the next phase during this time. All right. So just be at work. You want to be upbeat and positive, you know, look for solutions always, and, you know, take the initiative. And, you know, I mean, like, issues happen at work, happen in life, but it's like, is it an issue that's going to be a problem, and you put that, you know, this is going to be a problem because it's not going to work because of this, that, and everything else? Or okay, well, it's a problem, but here's a solution. Okay, and that's the way that you're going to stay on top of your game at work and on top of your peers and competitors as well. Now, Gemini, if you're looking for love, someone who has strong family values will be a good match for you right now, okay? You want to be mindful that you need to let the past go to be able to live in the present. That's generally not an issue for you. However, you do bottle a lot of stuff up, even though you like to talk. You don't always like to talk about yourself, you know, so you tend to sort of deflect the energy off to something else. So this is a time, particularly with Venus retrograde, to talk about yourself and talk about yourself to yourself first, okay? Now, at work, a creative project, even though it does need a team effort, even though it can start with you, so you want to, you know, do what you do best, and that's the creative aspect, and gathering information, but then you want to delegate the rest, okay? All right, so Cancer, success is on the way to you, Cancer. You want to be optimistic about life, all right? So just believe in yourself and believe that the best really is yet to come. I love that term. And, you know, I think it's really, it's true. We need to believe that, you know, love what's happening in our life right now, stay in the present, but also just believe that, wow, that this life is amazing now, and it's going to be even more amazing. The main thing you want to do is that if you're working through things from the past, notice that, work through it, release it, and then focus on the present and where you want to be in the future, okay? Just to be, and you know, so for that, you want to just believe in yourself, and you know, it's important also at work just to exhibit your normal high work ethic, all right? And just a note on love and money, if they're combined, then you know, make the decisions both with your head and your heart. And if you know, I mean, business is business, and whether it's with your honey or someone that you love or know or not, okay, so you still want to operate business in a business manner, and that way everyone knows what they're accountable for, everybody knows, you know, what the deal is, okay? Okay, so Leo, just keep love real by just staying in the present, Leo. Okay, so be sincere with your discussions and actions. And that way, you know, if you're putting out that sincerity, then you're going to connect with a love mate. If you're looking for love, who's not looking for love, right? Are you going to connect with a love mate on a much deeper level? So, you know, just be mindful of the energy that you're putting out, because that's the energy that you're going to attract, all right? I mean, and keep in mind, relationships simply just take time to build, right? So, and a part of that building is to just let go of past hurts. I mean, because guess what? Everyone has got some type of heartache. And, you know, some people take longer to overcome it than others. And sometimes you just simply can't get the answers to it, you know? And so you don't want to be carrying that around. It's like, you know, if you've got a process, you're working with a therapist, or I have a conflict resolution process that I work with my coaching program with people, and you know, just to balance things out and, you know, to let it go. But this is a great time for you, Leo. So don't get caught up in the past, all right? Find a way to release it. And to do that, you want to put time aside to reflect, because you really want to be thinking about your life, where you're going, and what's coming up, because it's a really exciting time for you. Okay, so Virgo, life is exciting and busy. You have Mars in your sign. Whenever Mars is in a sign, you can be sure you're like just running around doing lots of different things. So try to delegate some of it, okay? You don't have to do it all yourself, okay? You want to get ready to move with the power players now and the deal makers. So time management is the key to keeping structure in your week and delegating things that you don't need to do yourself to other people. If you don't have anyone to delegate to, well, you know, work on priorities. Go through your to-do list like us earth signs always have. I have huge to-do lists. And you know, work out what's the highest priority that you want to get done this week, this month, this year, and every single day. At night, make sure what you're doing tomorrow, okay? And you know, when you do that, like other things that are not so important fall to the bottom of the list. And guess what? Some of those things don't even need to be, you know, done. They can be postponed or cancelled even, okay? When it comes to money, write everything down. All right, so just get everything sort of, you know, written down so you know what's going on. And with love, you want to just make time for love, right? Okay, love's important. Love and money are both important. And you know, you want to make sure you have, whether it's a puppy dog, a good friend, or a love person, a love mate, partner, you want to make sure you have some love, supportive love in your life. Recognize it, be thankful for it. Okay, so Libra, be careful not to be too quick to accept an offer at work, Libra, okay? You want to negotiate the best deal for yourself. Just, you know, like certainly say, yeah, that sounds really great, I'm interested. But see, you know, tell someone what you want, okay? It's time, particularly with Venus being retrograde, it's time for you. This is not a time to act small. It's time for you to get your voice and to ask for what you're worth, okay? Because chances are you're worth a whole lot more than you think you're worth, okay? Now, a chance meeting with a friend can open doors now, so it's not hard for you to accept invitations. You love to get out and socialize and meet people, but in the process, you want to, you know, beware as always of trying to please everyone, okay? That's one of your greatest skill sets or zodiac sort of gifts. It also can be a hindrance to you because, you know, when you're trying to look after everyone else, guess who misses out? You do. So elevate yourself up the ladder a bit further, okay? Okay, Scorpio. So a colleague at work can offer you a helping hand right now and present an opportunity, you know, to do with work or business. Somehow there seems to be a good opportunity coming through at the moment. It could even with Venus retrograde, it could even be something that's come up before, but the timing wasn't right, and now it is. So you want to have a look at that. With love, reviewing a past situation can bring you and someone closer together. A similar situation comes up, you want to sort of look at, do we want to go down this road again? This is what happened last time. This same or similar situations. Sometimes when we have unfinished business with either someone or a type of scenario, it can show up in different forms. Don't you love that? So you want to sort of work with whoever that's showing up with, and it can bring you closer, and or it can, you know, give you closure, one or the other. Networking is great for you right now, so you know, open doors for you, and also colleagues and business partners from the past can reappear as well. Now, Sagittarius, your future looks bright. So it's like kismet connections right now can help you build success with work and money, Sagittarius, all right? So with Venus retrograde, it's all about your soul purpose. And if you're interested in soul purpose, I do have a life purpose mastery course. I just took a one-on-one self-mastery course and put it into an online course for a fraction of the price. So if you go on to jenniferangel.com onto the programs page, you'll see it there. It's called Life Purpose Mastery. That could be very good for you right now. So time and money. Oh, so the next point here is time and money spent on education, okay, can can bring you a reward. So so certainly that vibratory energy, if you've been thinking about doing some studies or some self-work, this is a great time to do that, and that will help you push you forward and make some progress. And as I said, this is the soul love is in your stars right now. So if you're looking for love, as I said to a sign earlier, or in my overview, I think when we meet the people that just get us and resonate with, we know it, we know it in our heart. We get that spark of inspiration. So, you can meet someone who's a soul love right now, and when and if you do, you'll know it, okay? Okay, so Capricorn. So there's a tug of war right now with us Capricorn of being idealistic and realistic, okay? And that can have us sort of reevaluating our goals and values. Not a bad thing, a great thing, actually, particularly as we've just passed the half-year mark. It's a good time to reset, because I don't know, in America, it seems to me, probably because the summer's in the middle of the year, that last half of the year goes real fast. So there's no time to waste. Set your priorities and just get them done, okay? And you for life balance is really the key to harmony and happiness. And I'm saying that to you, Capricorn, because being a Capricorn, I know how hard you work, okay? And you have to really just give yourself some time, schedule out the diary, the calendar. That's you time. And what I find as being a Capricorn, I like to have one day a week, which is my Sunday, where it's unscheduled. And somebody might say to you, oh, do you want to come and do this Sunday? I said, I don't know, I might. I just don't want to schedule anything, because I feel like for 6 days a week, my life is on like a treadmill schedule. And so I wake up on Sunday. Do I feel like just, chilling out? Yeah, I feel like going out, make up my mind there. So if you can do that, even just for half a day a week, I really find that's good for Capricorn, all right? You may have to just do a little bit of restructuring with your life and the people around you to achieve that. Now, for love, to win a heart, be open for love. Once again, make time for love, and sort out what you want, and be careful, that saying, be careful what you wish for. I really feel that's for us, because, sometimes I think Capricorn has like this ideal situation that they want, and then you get it and it's like, yeah, not sure that I did really want that, so be sort of a bit open and try to go with the flow there with love, particularly. Okay, so Aquarius, love goddess Venus works her magic in your love zone, and Venus is retrograde. So, firstly, you want to get ready to be romanced, but be careful not to get stuck in that memory lane. And people can come back from the past. And when people come back from the past, it either means that, okay, you've both learned, you've both grown, and maybe a spark can reignite and it can work, or it can simply mean, this is closure for me. I needed the contact to finally know and believe. It didn't work for a reason, because unless people have grown, guess what? If you broke up with someone, the same situation is going to be there. So unless your perception of it is different, or you or the other person has changed, then you're going to be dealing with the same stuff, and that's fine. Maybe you need to do that, but also people can come back and it can work as well. So it's an individual. Of course, all this depends on your personal birth chart as well, of course. Now, a discussion with someone around money can work out well for you and end up providing you with more security. So we like that. Okay, so Pisces, this is a time if you want to update your image, Pisces, and if you can do that, then you're going to literally turn heads in your direction. Okay, you have that sort of energetic vibe about you that people take notice of anyway. But you know, with the Venus retrograde at the moment, it's a good time to just get organized, like mind, body, spirit. You know, make some changes in your life, and part of that changes can be your physical presentation, because that's where it falls, you know, within your sun sign, your solar chart. All right, now with you know, money and work or business opportunities, you want to invest some time into what you want and put that energy out there. You know, my mentor I work with, John Asraf, he says, he calls it Hopian. Don't get caught in Hopian. Okay. I love that. I think that's very clever. I'm not sure whether he created it, but it's very clever. So don't get caught in Hopium. So do something, work out what you want, put some action to it, and you know, make it happen. Because you know, as I said earlier to someone, a thought without action is still just a thought. All right. Excuse me. So right now, you don't want to think small, like dream big. You know, anything is possible. So no thinking small, all right? And, you know, with love, a heart-to-heart chat can revive a past love connection, Venus, you know, with Venus retrograde, or it can just ignite new energy into it, you know? Or as I say, you know, retrogrades do give us the option to gain closure as well. But certainly love is in your star chart. So that's nice. All right. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. All right. Much love. Bye for now.